Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Wow, it's Wandavision again. So we've just had episode 6 drop. So looking at 5 and 6, Monica has figured out that it is Wanda that's controlling everyone. So her, Darcy, and Jimmy Woo are looking at all the different sort of characters within the sitcom, who they are, and sort of who they are in real life. All while Vision is now starting to question things of what's happening, what's going on. He's able to sort of tap into people and unlock their sort of real characters, as it were. So he's starting to slowly figure things out. All while Sword are trying to also sort of sense what the issues are, what's going on, not really listening to Monica. And we do get that amazing, I think it's just this amazing gif now that everyone loves, where after Sword have sent in a drone, Wanda just walks out of the border and just throws the drone down. Just like don't come after me again. Just leave me alone. That was fantastic. I absolutely loved that. And then obviously, wow, that last bit of episode 5, the last sort of few seconds, we see Pietro back, Quicksilver. Obviously played by Evan Peters, which it had a lot of people thinking, is this the start of the multiverse stuff? And we'll come to that in a minute. Now we've literally just had episode 6 drop. I've just finished watching it. It's good. Vision is still trying to figure things out. This is a Halloween episode, so Scarlet Witch and Vision, and Quicksilver for that matter, are all in their classic comic accurate costumes. Vision tells a little white lighter Wanda that he is on neighborhood watch patrol, but in reality, he is walking around the outskirts of the city just to find out what's happened. And this is where things come sort of unraveling for Wanda. He figures out, obviously he sees people that are doing the same motions over and over again, or people that are just stuck in the same place, and he's obviously starting to think that something's not right, and obviously that it is Wanda. That her powers have reached to the point where she's just controlling the people that are sort of main part of the story, as it were. So we have a really interesting moment for him where he's sort of pushing himself out of the boundary, talking to Sword, just saying, come help us, come help us. The kids, fantastic. I love the fact that they're growing quite quickly, and they, again, comic accurate costumes. I love Wiccan, so it's really interesting to see him actually being portrayed on the sort of the big screen, as it were. I'm still really hoping they're going to do a Young Avengers, because the Children's Crusade I thought was one of my favourite books that I've read, and I'm really looking forward to if they do that. I'm hoping they do. And there's again everything with Evan Peters. Whenever he's using his abilities, it seems like it doesn't matter what film or whether it's an MCU or not, he's having fun, and that is the biggest thing that I think we've kind of missed from a lot of the MCU stuff. The characters just aren't having as much fun as they kind of really should be. And Evan Peters, if he doesn't like the character of Quicksilver, he's hiding it very well. It seems like he's having a lot of fun playing this character, and I really want to see him sort of just come into it a bit more. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about the crossovers and the multiverse thing. Out of everything we've seen of the Fox X-Men, I think he was one of the best parts, other than James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender being the perfect castings. Other than that, he was incredible as Quicksilver, and like I said, every scene that he was in, he was really just having fun, and I think that could be brought over to the MCU and actually work really well. In terms of him as a character, it's interesting, obviously, because he played Quicksilver in the Fox movies. You've got Aaron Taylor-Johnson played Quicksilver in the MCU. Him sort of crossing over into this had a lot of people and myself thinking that, this is the start of the multiverse stuff. You know, that this could be the Quicksilver of that sort of reality brought over to this one by Wanda. But we do see a moment in this episode where, similar to what we had with Vision, where Wanda kind of like switches and she sees the real world, as it were, where she sees Vision's sort of dead body. Used to do the same with Quicksilver. So to me, that kind of says that the Evan Peters Quicksilver is actually supposed to be the Aaron Taylor Johnson Quicksilver. So the same Quicksilver of the MCU. So, I mean, I'm still not too sure, to be honest. If they were going to do that, why not recast completely? Why pick the actor, out of all the actors you pick, why pick that one who has played that specific character in a Fox film? That, to me, doesn't kind of add up. So I do think there could potentially be a bit more to this. Whether it's Mephisto playing with Wanda, who knows? But it's just a little bit strange that they've got Evan Peters to play Quicksilver, and they're now trying to say that potentially that is the same character as the Aaron Taylor Johnson. So yeah, something doesn't quite add up. But yeah, I mean, this was a great episode, and the way it ends, wow. Obviously, I think a lot of people that are aware of the comics, aware of the characters. This is one of the biggest criticisms I heard was the first 2 episodes were really boring. They were really slow. People weren't enjoying it. And to be honest, the ones that I've kind of heard that from are mostly people that don't have that kind of history with the characters, that don't know the comics that well. No offense to them. You know, if you're not enjoying it, that's fine. But they have said that they are enjoying it past like episode 2 or 3 and 4. For me, and I think of a lot of other comics fans, we've enjoyed it from the beginning because we saw the setup. We know the characters, we know what could potentially happen, and we see this sort of progression as it goes on. But I'm just, yeah, I'm in awe at what they're doing with this, actually, to be honest. And the final few moments of the last episode really shows how powerful she can be. Not to the fullest extent that I would kind of like, but we're getting there, and it's really showing off the obviously the people that kind of doubted her, the people that wasn't too sure about her, the people that didn't really know her. They're now seeing how, 1, cool of a character she is, and 2, how powerful she actually is. So yeah, I mean, that the last few moments, Vision is dying outside of the boundary, telling Sword to save the people inside. Word gets to her from Wiccan. He says, Mom, Dad's in trouble. She goes, right, okay. And she concentrates and expands the boundary of the town. This is obviously something we've seen in House of M, where I think it was pretty much the entire world she did in House of M. But this we are now seeing sort of the exponential growth of Wanda's power within the MCU. So yeah, that last few seconds of the last episode, wow, was it good. Didn't want it to end there, but I've enjoyed this series from the beginning, and I'm excited to see how it's gonna, I want to say end. We got 3 episodes left, so it's gonna be either a big finish or it's gonna build to a crescendo and then just go, yeah, it's gonna continue Doctor Strange. I'm hoping we're gonna get sort of a little bit of both. Obviously, we know it's gonna tie into Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness. So that's why I think there is gonna be something with the Evan Peters Quicksilver. In terms of a villain, there's people online that are saying Scarlet Witch is going to be the main, sort of the big bad. I'm still not too sure on that. I don't think that's actually going to be the case. I think it's probably going to be Mephisto that's going to be the big bad of Doctor Strange 2. And it's going to tie in with the fact that Wanda's potentially going to lose her children. And I think she could have a bit of a breakdown by the end of this series. And I think potentially Doctor Strange could sort of nurse her or help her out of it, and then they're potentially going to go after Mephisto during that film. That's speculation. I don't know. Don't have any insiders. I am just saying what I think's going to happen. But overall, this series, I've loved it from the start up until now. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm really hoping we get a strong final 3 episodes, because being the first entry into Phase 4, and obviously being the first of the TV series from Marvel, I want it to be good, and this is how I wanted shows, as I keep saying, how I wanted shows to be sort of from the beginning, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. Really wasn't a fan of that. So I'm hoping for something really strong. And guys, let me know what you're thinking about WandaVision. If you're enjoying it, if you're not enjoying it, I'd love to hear either way. If you're a big fan of the characters, what do you think is going to happen? Everyone, just let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, as it really, really does help me out. And I'll see you in the next video.